got some work to do now. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We need some help from you now. Come on, Scooby-Doo, I see you, pretending you got a sliver. You're not fooling me, 'cause I can see the way you shake and shiver. You know we got a mystery to solve, so Scooby-Doo, be ready for your act. Don't hold back, and Scooby-Doo, if you come through, you're gonna have yourself a Scooby snack. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, here are you. You're ready and you're willing. Yes, we can count on you, Scooby-Doo. I know we'll catch that feeling.
Hi guys, Miss Jaycilyn here along with Freckles the Frog. Do not worry, I did not leave Freckles in the rainforest with his friends. Came home back with me and now he is sleeping like a little lump on a leaf. But don't worry, I'm sure he'll wake up later tonight when he goes and hunts for his crickets. But right now, you gotta put on those listening ears, you have to grab your box of Scooby Snacks, and I think we need some sunscreen today and definitely a water bottle because we are heading to a hot place today. We are going to the desert. So come on guys, put those sunglasses on and let's go. Hey guys, well, we made it to the desert, so I hope you put on that sunscreen because that sun up there is extremely hot and we don't want to get burned. So let's learn about the desert, guys. This is like an empty spot. There really is nothing in a desert. You mostly have just sand and dirt and some rocks. It hardly ever rains here, so you never see ponds, streams, or lakes. It's very dry and hot. There are no trees, so you really cannot take any shelter underneath a tree in the shade because there's not any. The only plants that really exist in the desert are called cactuses. Cactuses are very large, thick, fleshy stems of a plant. They hardly ever have petals on them. They are usually a green, and they have spikes all over their body. That's right, all over the place. These cactuses have prickly spikes. Well, they have them because they don't want animals to eat them and try to suck out all their water, because they store water inside this thick, fleshy stem of themselves. Doesn't stop every animal from eating them, but it does stop most. The largest hot desert in the world is called the Sahara Desert, and we will be learning about some of those animals from the Sahara Desert in a little bit. But first, we do have other animals that decide to make the desert their home. These guys are meerkats, camels, rattlesnakes, coyotes, the roadrunner, jackrabbits, horned lizards, scorpions, and armadillos. Now, we're going to the Sahara, but before we go, make sure that water bottle is full, and then I think we need a little break. So everybody stand up, and let's shake our sillies out together.
We're gonna shake, shake, shake our sillies out. Shake, shake, shake our sillies out. Shake, shake, shake our sillies out. Wiggle our waggles away. We're gonna clap, clap, clap our crazies out. Clap, clap, clap our crazies out. Clap, clap, clap our crazies out. And wiggle our waggles away. We're gonna jump, jump, jump our jiggles out. Jump, jump, jump our jiggles out. Jump, jump, jump our jiggles out. Wiggle our waggles away. We're gonna jog, jog, jog our jitters out. Jog, jog, jog our jitters out. Jog, jog, jog our jitters out. Wiggle our waggles away. We're gonna stretch, stretch, stretch our stretchies out. Stretch, stretch, stretch our stretchies out. Stretch, stretch, stretch our stretchies out. Wiggle our waggles away. We're gonna yawn, yawn, yawn our yawnies out. Yawn, yawn our yawnies out. Yawn, yawn, yawn our yawnies out. Wiggle our waggles away. We're gonna shake, shake, shake our sillies out. Shake, shake, shake our sillies out. Shake, shake, shake our sillies out. Wiggle our waggles away. We're gonna clap, clap, clap our crazies out. Clap, clap, clap our crazies out. Clap, clap, clap our crazies out. Wiggle our waggles away. We're gonna jump, jump, jump our jiggles out. Jump, jump, jump our jiggles out. Jump, jump, jump our jiggles out. Wiggle our waggles away. We're gonna jog, jog, jog our jitters out. Jog, jog, jog our jitters out. Jog, jog, jog our jitters out. Wiggle our waggles away. We're gonna stretch, stretch, stretch our stretchies out. Stretch, stretch, stretch our stretchies out. Stretch, stretch, stretch our stretchies out. Wiggle our waggles away. We're gonna yawn, yawn, yawn our yawnies out. Yawn, yawn our yawnies out. Yawn, yawn, yawn our yawnies out. Wiggle our waggles away. Wiggle our waggles away.
Hey guys, we're back. Let's all settle our bodies now, take a nice calming deep breath, and get ready to learn about our first animal, the rattlesnake. So guys, this is the rattlesnake. He has a very thin body. It's very long and it's covered with rough scales. The scales are like a brown and dark gray, so they can blend right into the sand. Now, the scales are rough, so they can protect the snake against the rough sand. The rattlesnake is also a poisonous snake, so if it bites you with its fangs, it is poison. So it won't really hurt you because it really doesn't bite that much. He only bites when he thinks you're going to hurt him. So if you go and try to hurt him, step on him, be mean to him, that's when he'll bite you. Other than that, if he doesn't feel threatened, he won't bother you at all. And he has a rattle right on the end of his tail. And that rattle, he rattles it when he feels threatened, when there's animals coming. So he can warn them and say, hey, I'm over here. Don't step on me because otherwise I'll bite you. So isn't that nice of him? He warns you that he's there. Now, this guy is a carnivore. So remember what that is, guys. A carnivore eats meat. So he eats little rats and mice and small birds. And this guy, he does not chew his food. He doesn't have any teeth. He just swallows these guys whole. And then he goes off, lays down in the sun, gets nice and warm, and falls asleep until he's nice and full. Isn't that the life? He eats and then he goes and takes a nap. Must be nice to be a snake. Next, guys, is the camel. This guy's a very large animal. He has fur, but he also has a large hump on the back of his back. And that hump is used to store water. Because remember, I said it doesn't rain a lot there. So he has to store water somewhere. So really, his hump is like his water bottle. He brings it along with him wherever he goes, and I bet you he never forgets it on the picnic table. This guy, he has wide toes on his hooves, and he has these wide toes so it helps him balance in the sand. Because remember, I said there was no pavement there, just sand, and sand slips all over the place and is slippery. So he has these wide toes to help him balance in the sand. He is also an herbivore, so that means he eats plants. Now, there aren't a ton of plants in the desert, so what does he eat? He eats the cactuses. I know, you said the cactuses have spikes all over them. Well, this camel, they have very leathery lips, and that helps them eat the cactuses so they do not get pricked by the spikes. So even that thorny cactus is no match for the camel's leathery lips. Also, guys, the camel has very long lashes, long ear hair. And the reason why they have long eyelashes and long ear hair is to protect them from the sand that blows all over the place, because it is windy down out there in the desert, and it blows all the sand around into dust storms. So in order for the camel to protect his eyes and his ears, he has hair in there to stop the sand from getting in. Also, this camel is how you get around in the desert. He is the car of the desert. So that means people use camels to ride on instead of horses and instead of cars. So if you want to get from one side of the desert to the other side of the desert, you hop on the back of a camel and you go for a ride. Now, it's time for us to go for a ride down to our art table and begin our art project. Come on, guys. See you there. And we're back, and we're ready to do our art project today. So, guys, today we're going to get a little messy. So you definitely just mark on for today, because we are going to use some paint today. And we are going to make that car of the desert, the camel. So let's go get the smocks on, and let's go get our supplies that we need. Now, for this project, we're going to need brown, white paint. We're going to need a paper plate to mix our paint on. And then we have to have our paintbrush and the piece of paper. Also, some crayons for the background, or markers, whichever one you want. First step, my friend, you want to place your paper on the table nice and flat. And then it's paint time. Make sure you put some brown paint on your paper plate. If you want it a little lighter like I did, put some white. And you just mix it around, and it makes a lighter brown for you. You can have whatever color you would like. Put some paint on your paintbrush and start painting your hand, guys. I know you guys can do this yourself. Mom and dads, if they need some help, go for it. Help them. It does tickle, so those little fingers will be squirming around. But make sure you have all fingers, the whole palm of your hand. Don't forget that thumb. I know the camel only has 4 legs, but we are going to turn your thumb into the camel's neck. So now my hand's all brown and yucky, and I'm going to place it flat right on the piece of paper. So everybody go and do that. Okay, my friends, after you have smushed your hand on the paper, I need you to wash your hands with soap and water and get all that brown paint off so you're able to hold the paintbrush without getting it yucky. So go ahead, go wash your hands with soap and water. Don't forget to sing the ABCs. And when you come back, we'll have fun making the camel's hump. Okay, guys, so we have our handprint right here. Looks wonderful. I have all my 4 fingers and my little thumb. Now, what you want to do is you want to turn it over, and these guys are the 4 legs, and then we're going to turn that thumb into his neck. But first, I think what I need to do, though, see how there's like a hole right here in the middle? I'm going to just color him in so there are no white spots in the middle of my hand, because who really wants a white spot in the middle of their camel? Definitely not me. Now, fun part. We need the hump. So you're going to take your paintbrush and just go up and make a big hump on top of your camel. Just like that. Nice big hump. Now, it's time for his neck. Remember, his neck is long and it has a head at the end of it. So we're going to make a nice long neck with a circle at the end of it for his head. So go down, we're going to loop up like this. Sorry about my paper, guys, but we will loop up like that, making his neck. Doesn't look like a thumb anymore, huh? And then we're going to get some more paint, and we're going to put a nice circle. So we have a nice long scooped neck, and then a nice circle up at the top for his head. And like I said, don't forget to make that hump, because that's his water bottle. And he never forgets his water bottle on the picnic table, guys. Okay, guys. Now that your camel has dried, please wait for it to dry, because if you try to color, you're going to get your all muddy again. And we don't want that. I did paint on a little tail, because camels do have tails to keep the flies away, as well with the brown paint. Now you can go over, make a smile, make an eyeball. I made some brown ears with my crayons. Then decided, hey, we got to have the guy in a desert scene, right? So I made a lot of sand that he's walking on, and he has blue sky and that big hot yellow sun. You can do whatever you would like. You want to put a little person riding on top? Go for it. Because like I said, that's how they get around. They also use the camels, to carry their luggage, to carry bags, to carry things if they're going to and from a store. They use the camel for a lot of stuff in the desert. So, hopefully you had fun making your camel. Got a little messy today. Now, if you don't have paint, not to worry, because you could do this with paper as well. Just have to trace your hand on the piece of paper and then color it in with brown crayons or markers. Now, moms and dads, they might need a little help tracing their hands, but I have faith, and most of my little kiddos know how to trace their hands, so don't let them trick you. So I hope you guys all had fun making the car of the desert, the camel. Until next time, guys, keep washing those hands, and we'll see you soon. Bye.